very quickly go and grab a load of potatoes, let them unload, and then we will head back, get that corn header dropped off for the combine back at the shop, get that handed back, get ourselves a traditional combine header and start to grab some of those soybeans. Like I said, I'm keen before the end of this episode just to do a comparison and see just how lucrative soybeans are compared to corn. And let's head back to the shop, drop this off, collect our header for the 2 soybean fields, one of which is ready, the other one's still growing. That's fine. Let me pop it in here, let's do it properly as we're here. Do not want to get rid of you just yet, Mr. Combine. This corn header. Quick return. And let's get ourselves a combine header. Let's just grab this. 32k. No, I do not. Crikey. 1600 lease. Yes. Back in the combine. So a bit more money, and again leasing equipment, which I don't really want to do, but I think when it comes to a combine, it's the most sensible thing to do. Let's just drop this into the field and attempt to courseplay this. Didn't have much success on the last field. We're going to go around the headland, but we're going to do it a lot of times. Turn radius on the headland corners, which means we might have to go back and grab a few bits. But for now, let's see what happens. Straight into the field. Not really is cutting a big bit out there, but that's fine. We'll pick that up at the end. Rather we did that than get snarled up on anything, so. I'll let him run. Soybeans next door are way behind actually. I thought I'd planted these pretty close together. I do think there was a day in between them though, and without seasons crops do grow pretty quick. This is the first time I've used circles or the turns at the end of the course split like this, and it's interesting because obviously it leaves a big chunk in the corner which we'll go and get at the end, but when I use turns on course play usually it leaves like bits all over the field. It's quite messy, so this is interesting. It's the first time I've used it, so interesting one to note for the future. I may do that again. It helps on the tighter fields where you can get stuck in the corners. So it's interesting. It's a good one to note. Now this has got 90% in it already, which is great. So I'm just going to go and jump in the class. Bring the trailer around. Open the gate again. Go and rendezvous with the combine. So let's just dump this. Oh, it's keen to want to keep moving, that's fine. You can do that, because again, not turning on the end rows means he'll just go a rather shallow turn around here, which means it's a lot easier for us to track the combine and stay with him. Calling around about the 830, 850 mark. Soybeans up at Mole Valley. I'm right at the top of the map, so that's a bit of a trek for us, but that's okay. I'm happy to do that. It's 1,742 per 1,000 litres. So more than double. So what we lose in yield or volume, we certainly make up for in price. So soybeans might just have the edge here. We shall see. We shall see. But let's let the combine do his thing, and we will get this trailer loaded up and up to Mole Valley. So we just need to drop 3% into the trailer to get a full load here. Then we will go and drop it off and do a price comparison. There we go. So I think we'll just double check. This Mole Valley is still our best price, so we will head up there. We are heading past the old farm. Brings back a few memories. Oh, there's even a little bit of silage of mine left there. Yeah, that was That was hard work up here. Not gonna lie, in fact the fields are exactly how I left them. Little bits of straw on them. Here we go. Fingers crossed this is what we're expecting it to be. Wow, 24 grand. 24 grand from one trailer. That's fantastic. And I think answers our question pretty convincingly. Soybeans, I think, are the crop. So here we are back at the field. Combine's still going. We've got that second field to go there, which is great. Just gonna see how much more. Possibly got another full trailer load here, maybe a little bit less. Obviously we'll catch up with all these straggly bits. Make sure that they're picked up so we optimise things, but it's pretty impressive if we can pull best part of 50,000 off this field. I will be absolutely over the moon. So that's the helper finished. Granted, there are a few more bits around the field, but he needs to be unloaded so I can dismiss him, and then I will go and tidy up the loose ends. So let's go and pick up these corners that we missed. Just tidy this stuff up. And then we will probably not go and empty this trailer load. There's only about half a trailer left, so probably we will wait until the third field is ready and then top up that trailer before we head up the valley to drop it off. But I do think over the piece this has been a lucrative field. I think already we've made more on this field than we did with corn on the last field. It definitely doesn't fill a combine up as much, but one trailer, £24,000. I think our biggest trailer of corn was 12. Now we did do nearly two, probably just over 2 trailers, whereas this field we're going to do maybe 1.5 of soybeans, so you don't get as much per field, but what you do get is a considerably bigger number in terms of what you could earn from it. So certainly my next harvest I think is going to be 3 fields of soybeans. I'm also hoping, I mentioned it in the last episode, between what I make from these 3 fields and what I make from the contract, I'd like to buy a little bit more land, just optimise how much money we can make, so let's just tidy these up and then we will see how we're getting on. So tidying those edges up has given us another 15% of a tank in the combine, which is a decent amount. So what I'm going to do is just pop the pipe out. Jump in the class, go and top up this last little bit. So we will. That's a trailer and a half out of this field versus a little over 2 trailers of corn in the last field. Are they similar size fields? I bet they're not far off. So on average you're making probably half the yield, but more than double the price. So it is pretty lucrative. Now what I'm going to do, that's 2 empty fields we've got there. This field is still growing behind us. I'd quite like to get sowing pretty quick, get seeding again. Let's get some more crops in the ground. So what I'm going to do is leave that 50% in that trailer. And maybe drop it into the edge of the field here. Just leave it out of the way. Park it under a tree nicely. And jump in our Massey. And get him turning this land over straight away. Shut the gates. Avoid bashing into them. Now I will course play this just for speed. Field 23, we are going to go around the headland 5 times, smooth corners. Start on the up and down rows. Let's see what it looks like. Does not bad at all. Let's just drive the course and leave him to it. Just get him into place here and off he goes. Just a quick check-in here on our potato harvest as well, which is still going. Not much more of the field to go now, he says. Probably still about a quarter. Honestly, that's about 4 episodes we've been doing this field. So that's going strong. We are power harrowing a field. The combine is waiting for the next crop to grow up. We are busy. There's the combine waiting for the next field. There's the Massey Ferguson working on that field. We are a busy farm. But for now I think we'll call it there for the end of the episode. Thanks again for watching. If you're loving the content, please consider giving it a subscribe and give me a like on the vid. And we will see you again soon. From me, the Farmsim guy, thanks for watching.